Built on mud, split by ideology, reborn through street art and techno. Berlin shouldn't exist. Not really. It was founded on marshland, swampy, unstable, and far from major trade hubs. No natural defenses, no deep port, just mud and human determination. In 1237, two small settlements, Berlin and Köln, merged on an island in the Spree River. They weren't wealthy or powerful, but their location mattered, right where north-south and east-west trade routes crossed. Even their symbol, the bear, was borrowed from the ruling Margraves of Brandenburg. Berlin didn't start as a capital. It grew through trade, resilience, and smart positioning. By the 15th century, it was the seat of regional power, despite its soggy foundations. It's a perfect example that cities don't need perfect geography. They need people who adapt, connect, and persist. Then, history slammed into Berlin, hard. World War II left it in ruins, 90% of its city center destroyed. But instead of fading into history, it became the front line of the Cold War. West Berlin, an island of democracy deep inside Soviet-controlled East Germany, was supported by the US, UK, and France. It became a symbol of freedom, home to universities, protests, and jazz clubs. Meanwhile, East Berlin became the capital of the German Democratic Republic, or GDR, a state that promised equality but monitored its citizens through the secret police, the Stasi. For 28 years, the Berlin Wall stood not just as concrete, but as a global symbol of division. Over 140 people died trying to cross it. Families, friends, and an entire city were torn apart, not by war, but by ideology. This shows how profoundly political systems can shape everyday life, from what job you have to who you allowed to talk to. When the wall fell in 1989, Berlin faced a new, massive challenge. How do you reunite two cities that had grown apart for nearly 3 decades? The answer came from the margins. With cheap rent, empty buildings, and very few rules, artists, musicians, and activists flooded in. Abandoned power plants became techno cathedrals. Squats became vibrant community centers. Murals covered bullet-scarred walls, giving the city a new face. Techno, in particular, wasn't just entertainment. It was a language of unity. Repetitive, wordless, and open to all, it helped a traumatized city find its rhythm again. It was the soundtrack of reunification. Today, that spirit of reinvention is everywhere. Over 190 nationalities call Berlin home. You'll find incredible Vietnamese PHO stalls in Kreuzberg, bustling Turkish markets in Neukölln, and a thriving LGBTQ+ community in Schöneberg that dates back to the 1920s. Berlin is messy, unfinished, and fiercely inclusive. And that's not an accident. It's a choice, rooted in a deep understanding of its own history. Rebuilding after conflict isn't just about bricks and mortar. It is about creating space for new voices, new sounds, and new stories to emerge. Built on mud, split by fear, healed by sound, spray paint, and stubborn hope. Berlin should have died a dozen times, from plague, war, dictatorship, and division. Instead, it chose to become a city that constantly asks, what if we try something new? It's not the coolest city because it's trendy. It's cool because it never stopped learning from its past. It's a city that shows us that even from the deepest ruins, something new, vibrant, and incredibly human can grow. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, hit that subscribe button and join us for more explorations into the world's most incredible places. See you next time.